So just my quick little usual rundown. For most of the story time, I will be looking in this direction because my mirror's over here and I would like to see what I'm doing. I do tell these story times in a first person point of view, so if you don't like that, please exit out of the video. And these story times are sent in by anonymous people. Okay, so story time. I was the hometown hoe. So a little background information. I was 18 when all this shit went down and I was a senior in high school. And by the way, we're just gonna start this off by saying I am not a bad person. I just had some issues. Okay. One of those issues was my inability to say no to attractive men, or just men in general. Like, the high school that I went to was filled with extremely attractive guys, or just guys with really good personalities. Not that I really gave a shit about that, but these guys just so happen to want to sleep with anything that walks or talks. Where the problem came in is that some of these guys had girlfriends or psycho exes that they wouldn't tell you about until after you did the nasty with them. Or in my case, they tell me and I just don't give a fuck. So I ignore it and do what I want. With that being said, y'all can probably tell I did not stick to girl code and I did not have many female friends. Actually, I didn't have any. But listen, I just love the validation that I got from men, and I wouldn't hide it either, to be honest. I feel like I was never the boyfriend type of girl. I mean, my only relationship lasted about 3 months, and that was whenever I was in 8th grade. I was hitting puberty and finally getting attention from some boys. And my first boyfriend, I just happened to lose my virginity to. But just to give you an idea that I was not the boyfriend type of girl, I was cheating on him the whole 3 months. I'm not even gonna not gonna lie. Anyways, the girls that I went to school with, they knew my reputation. They were well aware of what I was capable of. So nobody would invite me anywhere, which, to be fair, was a smart move on their part, because I had no issues flirting with a guy that someone liked or somebody's boyfriend right in front of them. But at the same time, that meant that I was always left to hang out with the guys, which worked out in the end for me. Like, bitches thought that I was so pressed that they didn't want to be friends with me. No, bitch. I actually like the attention that I get from men, so stay mad. Besides, they would all get so jealous and so mad whenever I was hanging out with the guys, so it would low-key just backfire on them in the end. Eventually, it got to a point where I was being bullied by all the girls in school and being used by all the guys. Well, then the one day, I was partnered up with our school's running back on the football team, and he was extremely good looking, and him and his girlfriend just broke up, making the perfect time for me to just swoop in and get what I wanted from him, which was low-key just validation. Yeah, I don't know what was wrong with me. Leave me alone. I know. So after a few days of us talking and texting, which turned into sexting, we figured out that there was a mutual physical attraction, to say the least. Well, before I knew it, he was picking me up before school. We would do the nasty in his car, and then he would drop me off about a minute away from the school because he didn't want to be seen with me like most of the other guys. Well, the one morning we were running a little bit late to school, and we decided since we were already late, we might as well just walk in together because nobody would see us. The only people who were outside were the kids on the track, and the only people really walking in the hallways were usually the teachers and the stoners looking for a way to sneak out during first period. Well, as soon as you walk in the front doors, there is a bathroom, specifically the girls' bathroom. And I kid you not, we are both walking in whenever his ex-girlfriend's best friend walks out the bathroom. How unlucky do you have to be? In my case, I guess not in his ex-girlfriend's case because they were low-key talking about getting back together. Whatevs. So she sees us, she starts speed walking back to her class, and CJ starts running after her, trying to talk to her, which to be honest, it was pointless because she was ignoring him, so. But sooner rather than later, meaning right after school, I get a call from a random number, and I bet you all can guess who that is. Yup, it is CJ's ex-girlfriend. What a shock. Anyways, I answer the call and she was very angry, which was low-key annoying because they were broken up. If anything, you should go after the man who told you that he wanted to get back together with you instead of going after me. But she was calling me a whore, a homewrecker, pretty much everything under the sun, which really didn't hurt my feelings because I've heard it all before from these jealous ass, bitter ass bitches. So the next day I show up to school and this bitch had one of her little minions throw a popcorn chicken bowl on me. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, they purposely sat at the table that was right next to mine. So at that point, I knew it was on and poppin'. So I came up with a plan to get her back. No, screwing one of her ex-boyfriends was not enough. So I screwed another one. And I was also still hooking up with CJ at the time. And clearly this man did not give a fuck about her and didn't want her back because he was still hitting it. But listen, this was not usual for me, okay? I would hook up with a guy for a week and then I would get bored and then I would want a different guy's attention. So I was literally doing all of this just to spite her. But this other ex-boyfriend, he was a little different. You want to know why? Well, I knew this would hit her soul because she was absolutely in love with this kid. They dated for a few years. They ended up breaking up because he cheated on her with a girl from summer camp. Sad story. Boo-hoo. And even though they broke up and she had been dating CJ, she would always post stuff on her private story about her first love. And then to top it off, this was literally just like the most random thing. I faked a college acceptance to the school that she was going to just to basically give her a little message. She will never be able to get rid of me.
What the fuck is it gonna take to get rid of this bitch? You can't get rid of me, bitch. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going no fucking where.
And I guess that was the straw that broke the camel's back because 2 days after this, I got wind that she was planning on beating my ass. And when I thought about it, I would be mad too. Not only did I fuck the guy that she was about to get back together with, but I also screwed her ex-boyfriend who she was madly in love with. And then, not to mention, everybody knew about it, so I publicly embarrassed her. So after hearing these rumors, I'm not gonna lie, I got a little bit ballsy. And I DM'd her on Instagram on some hot shit. I said something along the lines of, oh, how does it feel to know I fucked both your mans? And I might have also said something like, I'm gonna fuck your future just like I fucked your man. Oops. Now, to me, this didn't seem like a bad idea, right? Let me explain my reasoning behind it. In all honesty, to me, this seemed like a good idea, okay? Because, one, I knew the only time I would see this bitch was during school. Two, I had never gotten my ass beat for doing this type of shit. And three, as much as I want to hate on this bitch, she had a lot more to lose than I did, and I'm not gonna lie, I really was not worth her time. She was going to a good ass college, she had great grades, she was doing sports and shit, she was involved in a bunch of community work, so I continued to live my life as I should. So we both pretty much went on about our lives. We would see each other in the hallway and we would just ignore each other. So fast forward, it's a month later and graduation is so close, bitch. I can taste that shit. And soon I won't have to worry about these basic ass bitches and I will be on a new playing field in college. I guess that's where I fucked up. I'm not gonna lie. I thought since I was graduating, my ass was safe. Home base made it. We're done. We are not done. Well, when I showed up to graduation, not only did I get my diploma, but I got a, quote, well-deserved ass beating. Let me back up a little bit. The girl who I was messing with a month ago, yeah, sis had some unfinished business with me. Like, she was out for blood. Mine, to be specific. So after I got my diploma, the plan was for my parents to leave right after, go to the restaurant where my family was waiting, and I was gonna stay after for a few minutes to take some pictures with some teachers. And my parents had just gave me my brand new car early for graduating, period. And I didn't see this girl the whole time, to be honest, so she hadn't even crossed my mind. Like, I thought, you know, I played my little trick and it was done and over with. I thought wrong, bitch. So I took my pictures, did what I needed to do. I'm ready to leave and never step foot on that ground or property again, when all of a sudden I make eye contact with the girl that I was fucking with and her two sisters. It was like a three-way between our eyes. We all saw each other. I saw all of them at the same time, and they were all just like looking at me. Whew. And the only thing I could think to do at that time was run. Well, I would say right as I'm about to start sprinting to the car, I trip over the fucking curb. Yep, I trip over the curb. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, karma's a bitch. And as soon as I hit that ground, they were all standing over me, kicking me, punching me, slapping me. And every few seconds they would stop. I was like, all right, let me get back up. Nope, they knocked my ass back down and started beating the hell out of me again. Not to mention, at one point I was grabbed by my hair and dragged what felt like 15 feet across the fucking parking lot. Oh, and did I mention that one of her sisters did MMA? Like, her fists were registered. I guess the worst part of it all was honestly when I was kicked in the face. I needed stitches. I had a broken nose, a busted lip, and I got blood in my eyes, which was not nice. The one girl that I had fucked with, we're just gonna call her that girl because I'm not even giving her a name. She didn't do anything. She literally like sat on the sidelines and was literally just watching while her sisters beat the fuck out of me. Like, I'm pretty sure she ran over at first whenever nobody was paying attention and like snuck in a little kick, but they were screaming at me. They were calling me the hometown hoe. They're like, you hometown hoe. I was like, girl, yeah, I got called out and I got my ass beat. It was fucking traumatizing, to say the least. I definitely learned my lesson. I guess the lesson that I'm talking about I learned is don't write a check your ass can't cash. Meaning, if that's the right saying, don't talk shit if you can't back it up, because you could end up like me. So yeah, I hope you guys take a very valuable lesson from this story time. Okay, everybody, that is the end of today's story time. If you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of me, maybe hit that subscribe button down below. And if you want to know when I post my next video, make sure to click that bell. I usually post on Saturdays, but sometimes my schedule does get a little bit hectic. But if you want to send in your anonymous story time, make sure to click the link down below in the description. Love you guys.